LMTV, your school, your news.
Hall of Pride scrimmage between Linn-Mar versus Marion. I'm Mike Morrell here with Alex Allington. We'll be commentating this game for you. Alex, so what do you expect to see from this game today?
Oh, I expect to see hopefully a close matchup between two pretty decent teams. Linn-Mar has been to the state playoffs for the last 8 years, I believe, which is a state record. And Marion, I'm not too sure as to how far they've gotten into, but it should be a good game overall. It's just the first game of the year. It should be a good scrimmage.
Yeah, this is definitely just a game for really both teams to just, prepare for the season. I mean, obviously, in the regular season, these teams wouldn't match up because they're 3A, 4A. So, maybe 2A, I don't know, for Marion.
I believe Marion's 3A.
3A? Yeah, so this is definitely a matchup that you wouldn't see if it wasn't a scrimmage. So, obviously, we're probably, if it was a scrimmage, if this was a regular season game, we'd probably blow them out. But I think both coaches I think Robertson is really going to try to keep this game close because this is really just a morale booster for both teams. All right, so the clock says 8 minutes for when this game will start as they test the PA system here at the gym. But I'll give you the starting lineup for Marion. They have in the backcourt. They have at point guard. They have a number 22, 6-foot junior point guard Tyler Gunderson. They have number 11 shooting guard Cale Canoy. He's 6 foot. He's a senior. They got junior Brandon Landu, who's a small forward at 6'1", number 23. At power forward, they have Isaac Fraser at 6'4", he's a junior, but number 42. And at center, they have 6'4", Jaron Hundorf, who's a senior, and he's number 30. And for Linn-Mar, we'll start out with point guard, who you all know who he is, number 15, point guard, senior, North Carolina recruit, Marcus Page. Shooting guard, they have Andy Henry, football star this season. Obviously, season ended not where they really wanted it to go, but now the basketball starts for him. He's 6'3", senior. At small forward, they have number 10, Matt Lassen, who's 6'4", he's a junior. Power forward, they have Jimmy Ross, who played third base for the sophomore team this past year. He's a junior, 6'4". Power forward. Number 40, senior Derek Gogg. He's playing center. He's 6'8". He's a junior. So that will be a pretty favorable matchup at the center spot with a 6'4" versus 6'8" for Linn-Mar.
Yeah, that'll be. I can't really attest to the Marion Indians and their lineup and everything, but I know for Linn-Mar that a lot of these guys are either new or, as in like Marcus Page or Derek Gogg, or even Andy Henry. They're all veterans, but yet so much of the team is still new to playing varsity basketball. And we talked with Coach Robertson earlier, and he even said that the entire season might be a little slow at first, a little shaky. Excuse me, there was a little technical difficulty. And I lost my train of thought. My bad. When you have Marcus Page and Derek Gogg, who are both returning varsity players, it just shows that we have a little depth in our lineup. But then we also have new guys who still want to who still are trying to learn the game and trying to get a full grasp of playing at the varsity level.
And add on to that point that you just made, one of our people that are coming out the bench, Jacob Hutchins, I think played no more than 20 minutes all season, and he's going to be one of the first people off the bench. And Jimmy Ross, he didn't play much. Andy Henry didn't play much. Derek Gogg played a little bit, obviously Marcus Page, and Matt Lassen didn't play much. So there's a lot of inexperience on the bench, and on the starting. But of course, Marcus Page is really going to have to carry this team. I mean, he is a North Carolina recruit, so obviously he's got talent. I mean, he did a in between the legs dunk last time we were here, which was awesome. But yeah, there's a lot of inexperience. I mean, there's seniors, there's a lot of juniors. Problem is not a lot of them play. So.
Are we off yet?
Well, hold on. We're having some technical difficulties. Here we go. All right. So, any comments on that experience lineup or any background information you have?
Well, I guess when you're talking about our starting lineup, you have Page, who's obviously a North Carolina recruit. He's been playing varsity. He's been playing at the varsity level for 4 years now, and it just shows that he's got the. Excuse me. We'll be right back for a commercial break. Never mind, not yet. We just been having some technical difficulties tonight. My bad.
Yeah, we have people on the set that are telling us things. I mean, it's crazy up here. There's 4 people here, and they're confusing us.
So back to my point about Marcus Page. He's been playing varsity for 4 years. It just shows that he's got the maturity and the leadership to carry this team and hopefully take them to another state playoff game. And then you got players like Jimmy Roth and Matt Lassen. They both have older brothers who played at the varsity level. And Jimmy Roth, he even had a brother, Will Roth, who plays quarterback at UNI now. So he was a dual sport player when he was at Linn-Mar. Then you had Matt Lassen, whose brother Jay Lassen also played for Linn-Mar. And then you also have a kid like Andy Henry. This year he was a dual sport guy. He was setting records at wide receiver for football. But also he's playing varsity basketball now. We'll see how well he does here. I believe he'll do a good job here. The only thing that's held him back in the past would be his academics. In sophomore year, he couldn't play part of the season because his grades were that low and he was suspended. And then also you have a guy back to the Henry point. He has improved on his grades a lot, so he'll be able to play a lot more. And then you also have a kid named Derek Gogg. He's our 6'8" center, and this is his second year on varsity. And he also which means he played as a sophomore. So he's got a little maturity knows what's going on while he's out on the field, out on the court.
Yeah, and Marcus Page I think definitely is the story for this team. Best player on the court, hands down. He was the best. I think he was the most talented player on the court with every team we faced last year. I mean, he's just that good. I mean, he's not big. He's not super strong, but he's deceptively fast. He's got a great jump shot, and he's left-handed too. And he just has this athletic ability that you just don't see very often at the high school level, which is why he's going to a school like North Carolina. And he was a highly recruited player. I mean, he's ranked 22nd, the ESPN Top 150. So there's a reason for that. He's like their second best point guard in the country. So he's going to have to carry this team. We got a guy like Derek Gogg who played a little bit last year, but you lost a lot of key pieces from that champion team, 26-0 champion team last year. I mean, we lost a lot of pieces. So
when you talk about guys that we lost last year, you have Matt Bohannon, who's playing for UNI now. He's actually redshirting this year because of the competition he's having to face while at UNI. And it's just going to be a sort of a different year without all these former seniors playing for us, and just a lot of guys that haven't gotten a lot of attention on the home court yet.
Yeah, to advance on that point, Marcus Page is the only returning starter, the only one. We lost 4 starters from last year. That's a lot. That means we have one guy who's been here before, Derek Gogg too, but we've really had one guy that's been here before, that's done it before. So it'll be interesting to see how the season plays out as the pregame clock warms up, and we'll be about to get the starting lineup announcements from our PA announcer. So we'll try to stick our microphones out as best as you can to see if you'll hear them, and then I'll try to say them again afterwards before the game starts. But I guess we'll give it over to the PA guy once he starts.
between the Linn-Mar Lions and the Marion Indians. At this time, let's meet the starting lineups. For the Indians, number 11, Kale Kanoy. For the Lions, at guard, a 6'4" junior, number 10, Matt Lesson. For the Indians, at guard, number 22, Tyler Henderson. For the Lions, at guard, a 6'4" junior, number 21, Jimmy Rowe. For the Indians, at guard, number 23, Brendan Hammond. For the Lions, at guard, a 6'3" senior, number 31, Andy Henry. For the Indians, number 30, Jared Hundorf. For the Lions, at center, a 6'8" junior, number 40, Derek Gobb. At forward for the Indians, number 42, Mason Frazier. And for the Lions, at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 15, Marcus Hayes. The Indians are coached by Mike Anderson, assisted by Mark Braves, Cal Long and Pete Messley. The Lions are coached by Chris Robertson, Tony Nicole, Joe Eater, managers Jordan Houtshaw and Matt Crawford. Tonight's officials, Shane Remington, Corey Burkle, and Rich Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, will you please rise for our national anthem?
Alright, so there's your starting lineups as we just did the national anthem. And to go over the starting lineups again, in the backcourt for Marion, we have Kale Kanoy, Kale Kanoy, Brandon Landu, and Tyler Gunderson. And in the front court, they have Isaac Frazier and Jared Hundorf. And for Linn-Mar, you have in the front court, you have Jimmy Roth and Derek Gogg. In the backcourt, we have Matt Lassen, Andy Henry, and of course, Marcus Page. And coaching for the Marion Indians is Mike Manderside, Mark Brace, assistants Mark Brace, Kyle Von Barron, Pete Messerly. And assistants for Linn-Mar is Tony Nickel and Joe Nieder, and their head coach, Chris Robertson. So as you can see, the players are taking the court as we prepare for tip. And the student section is yelling, we are Linn-Mar.
I can see this is just going to be a great game already. Both the student section here is just pumped up, ready to go, and I'm ready for a great game.
All right, so we're preparing for the tip. And Derek Collin wins it and probably missed time to jump, but Paige takes it up the court. Paige gives it back. Gives it to Henry, and he drains it. Oh, excuse me, Matt Lassen. Paige guarded him all the way down the court.
That was a great job by Matt Lassen there, knowing he could just get the three right away. Just put good points on the board.
And Jared Hundor makes the two. And Paige drives and kicks it out to Lassen again, who gives it back to Paige. Paige shoots and misses it. Paige, great pass down to the inside, but Andy can't sink it. And Kanoy takes it up the court. Guarded by Paige. Oh, Gunderson didn't see the pass coming and it just went right by him.
That was just miscommunication on the court there by Marion. They should have known what was going on there. They probably know a little better, but then again, it is the start of the season. They're just getting used to their plays pretty much. They're getting used to what's going on.
Yeah, as Linn-Mar just took up the court. Paige has it. He jakes a jump shot and he drills it, drains it. Three-pointer. Kanoy is bringing up the court after Marcus sinks that three. Gunderson to Frazier. The pass gives it back to Kanoy. And another turnover by Marion, and Kanoy couldn't get it to Frazier.
That was all right. I mean, Marion just didn't throw the ball over very well there. They weren't passing up to what they were hoping for, and Linn-Mar is just going to make points out of it pretty much.
Paige takes a jump shot, another three, it's good. Two straight for Paige. Kanoy's taking out the court. Goes it on screen, gives it to Gunderson. Oh, throwing it to the ref. No one over there.
Again, with Marion, they know better. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think black and white is the same as red and yellow.
Yeah.
That's just sort of what I see.
Paige to Henry. Lassen. Takes a little jump shot and he drains it.
Good way of getting in there for the score. That was a very good job by Matt Lassen there, just to push himself through.
Kanoy takes out the court. 3 straight turnovers for Marion so far. Frazier trying to give it to Gunderson, and Gunderson goes up but draws a foul on Gog. So there will be two shots. No, excuse me, they aren't doing free throws. And Kanoy has it. Over to Hundor. Dribbles it, trying to look for someone to give the ball to. Gives it to Landu. Landu takes the jumper, that's a 2, and he misses it. Paige dribbles up the floor, he's penetrating. Oh, great pass, but God wasn't looking for it. Paige is just taking that for himself right there.
Paige should have known a little better. I mean, it was a good job of making sure that he gets the play right, but
nice.
It just wasn't very good ball handling.
Nice steal by Jimmy.
I think that just made up for Marcus's mistake right there.
Yeah.
It was a good job.
Oh, wow. Great pass by Marcus. Henry with the easy lay-in. Kanoy's taking it out the court. Linn-Mar's definitely showing their superiority right now. Over to Gunderson, I believe. No, there's Gunderson. Frazier. Back to Kanoy. Oh, great steal by Paige. He's dribbling up the floor. Gives it to Lassen. Lassen gives it back to Paige. How did he leave that man open? Oh, Marion was lucky there. Four turnovers now for Marion. Kanoy, I think all 3 of them are on Kanoy so far. Martins and Nate Dick are coming in, and that's I think that was timeout Marion, I believe.
Well, it was an overall good job by Linn-Mar so far. With Page's steal there just a few seconds ago, that set him up for a really good basket there, and just able to get in for the score. Punched it really quickly. And we'll be right back after commercial break.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Henry dribbles. Great move by Andy Henry. A lay-in for Andy Henry right there.
That was good work by Linn-Mar there, just to punch it in right there for the score.
Kale Kanoy dribbles up the court. Gives it to Buckley. Back to Kanoy. To Frazier. Frazier dribbling it. Back to Kanoy. Oh, tipped. Oh, almost gets away from Page. Page to Henry. Oh, tipped away, trying to get it to Gog. Dangerous pass there by Henry. Kanoy is taking it out the court. Over to Buckley. Buckley gets it to Frazier. Over to McDonald. Back to Buckley. Back to Kanoy. Kanoy takes a jumper, blocked by Page, and they're going to give it to Page, and this might be, yes. There's a dunk for Marcus Page. There's one.
That's something that we have always been amazed by. Whenever we see Marcus make a dunk like that, it's just something that everyone in the entire gym gets fired up for.
Gunderson to McDonald. To Frazier. Frazier trying to make a move too soon. That will be a backcourt violation. Changes. That'll be Derek 25. That would be Nelson for Gog. And then, hold on. And Jacob Hutchins comes in for Henry. And Greg, I just said him. Never mind. Wrong for information again. Nate Dick. Over to Zach Martins, and no good. There's a little scrum down there. Jump ball, that'll go to Marion. And that would be Matt Meyer comes in for Page. Kanoy takes up the court. Over to Landu. Back to Buckley. Oh, stolen from Martins. And he puts in the easy lay-in.
That was a good steal by Zach Martins there, just to set himself up for his own score. I almost thought he was going to dunk it there, but just to want to keep it special.
Kanoy loses it, and he gives it to Buckley. Dangerous pass. Buckley gives it to McDonald. Over to Landu. Landu takes a three, and no good. Wide open. Oh, wow, great move, but he can't make it. Over to Martins. He's pushing, he's going to drop back, and he throws a bullet over to Matt Meyer. And Nate Dick goes up for layup, but he's fouled, so we'll get 2 free throws.
Just got to keep your hands down there. I know you want to block the shot and everything, but you can't shove them out of the way like that. That's why Marion just committed a foul there.
First free throw. And no good. Off the back iron. Timeout, Marion. Commercial.
LMTV does news, but there's so much more. We are live sports, live arts, live weather. We run the stadium Jumbotron and bring you the latest school news on Twitter. We keep you informed every hour, every day, and we're always online. Come join our team. At LMTV, we are Linn-Mar.
All right. Welcome back. Nate Dick attempts the second free throw. No good, off the back iron again. And Canoy gets the rebound. He gives it over to Landu. Landu throws it to Hereford. Back to Canoy. Canoy makes a good move to Hereford. To Landu. McDonald sets the pick. Hereford. Trying to get around Martins. He can't do it. Over to Landu. Hereford. Oh, traveling. They were just passing around the backcourt. Couldn't get inside the 3-point line.
Yeah, and pretty much you got to dribble the ball. You can't just run around with it. Only 2 steps. Other than that, they're still doing a fine job both sides of the ball.
Weird pass, but Matt Meyer tries to get around Canoy. Can't do it. Over to Nelson and turns it over. Canoy takes it up. Hereford. Oh, the crowd fools him, and it's an air ball over the back foul. So Linn-Mar will have about a second and a half to get a shot off.
Do you hear this crowd back here? They are loud. Even though for how small the crowd is, they're still pretty loud.
Martins takes a shot, and he makes it! Unbelievable! Unbelievable shot by Martins. Zach Martins. Unbelievable.
Wow. Did you see that? That was amazing. I've never seen that before.
Unbelievable. That's impressive right there. That got that crowd fired up in a hurry, didn't it, Alex?
That definitely got this crowd going, especially with these rally tells that they got over the week. That was a great job. I almost thought Zach Martins wasn't going to make it there.
All right. So the second, I think it's quarter, right? It's either quarter or half. I'm not sure. Quarters? All right. So it's going to be second quarter, and Matt Meyer's going to take it out. He dribbles it up the floor. After that unbelievable shot by Martins in the first quarter. Martins has the ball, goes around the pick, gives it to Nelson, back to Nate Dick, to Matt Meyer, Martins, Nate Dick. He dribbles down the line and he makes it. Nothing going right for Marion.
Jeez, did you see how long it took for that ball to just go in slowly?
Yeah.
Thought we were going to get dizzy there at some point.
Gunderson gives it to Slaughterback, who misses it. Matt Meyer pushes up the floor. Over to Hutchins, who gives it to Martins. Nelson sets a big Martins left wide open, and he can't make it. And Nate Dick will draw a foul, so Martins can make an 80-footer. but he can't make a 20-footer. Just saying.
Hey, he's getting it. He's getting it.
You can't get mad at him after he makes that 80 3/4. So.
You're saying some of the Marion numbers. Make sure you look over.
And Nate Dick makes his first one after missing his first 2 attempts. And Paige, Hassan, and Henry are back into the game. And Derek Gogg. And back comes out Jim Ross. So the whole Linn-Mar starting lineup comebacks in. Kanoy takes out the court. No, excuse me, Gunderson. Oh, and loses it, and there's traveling. Traveling on, I get this right, Hundorf.
There you go. Now you're looking at the right side of the paper.
Yeah. But Paige gives it to Ross. Gives back to Paige. He sends it to Henry. Hassan gets his pick by Gog, and he pulls up about a 15-footer, and he can't make it. And Kanoy takes out the court. He gives it to Buckley, who gives it to Hundorf. Go high-low action to Frazier, and he makes it. That hit that little cold streak for Marion as Paige pushes up the floor. Gives it over to Gog. Got ways to travel, in my opinion, but gives it to Henry, and then back to Ross. That's just great passing. I think everyone touched the ball except Hassan on that possession. Gunderson gives it to Buckley. He gives it back to Gunderson. And there's foul. It looks like it's on Jimmy Rose. Yep, Jimmy Rose. It's on the ground foul, so it's only team's second foul. They're nowhere near the bonus right now. Pass gets to Frazier. Frazier shoots, and he can't make it. And Jimmy's going to push up the floor, gives it to Andy, and Andy misses the layup. And that's going to be, and it looked like Marion threw it away. That was Gunderson.
He tried to save it. He was going out of bounds there, and he tried to save the ball, but no, it was just around. It was a good attempt either way.
Paige fires a strike to Jimmy, who drains it. Three-pointer for Linn-Mar, who just adds it on, pours it on. Unbelievable. Gunderson gives it to Frazier, who gives it to Hundorf. Gunderson to Buckley. Buckley gives it to Kanoy. Kanoy looking for Gunderson. Gunderson passes up a 3. Gives it to Buckley. Still looking for someone. Oh, tipped, but he still gets it to Hundorf, and Gog with the rebound. Paige pushing. Pulls up just inside the three-point line, and he drills it. Chalk up 2 more to Marcus Paige.
Paige just made that look like anyone could do that shot. Just pop it up there and make it look easy. It's not as easy as it looks, but it still looks great.
Kanoy to Frazier for a layup, who answers to Marcus Paige, and Marcus Paige is pushing. A battle between Frazier and Paige is going on. Paige. Oh, great pass to Andy Henry.
That's why Marcus has started on the varsity squad for 4 years now. He's got the maturity, and he just knows where everyone's going to be at. He knows how the play is going to run and how to get the ball into the basket pretty much. He just does a great job at being aware on the court.
Well, timeout. I think it was an official timeout. All right, so I think we're going to go to commercial break and back after this. We ordered like 5 or 6.
I just want a lot.
welcome back. As I don't know the score because they're not keeping track on the scoreboard, but I think you guys have it. So, well, you know the score, and I know Linn-Mar's winning, so that's what's important, right? So, 4:25 left in the second quarter. I guess now it's the first half. Gunderson is going to take it up. Looks like Marion traded ball handling for size. He swings it to, I know, that would be Landu, who gives it to Buckley. Back to Gunderson. Picked by McDonald. Gunderson looking for McDonald, nowhere to go. Gives it to Frazier. Tries to do a little backdoor action. Another pick. Still no shot. Landu was trapped, gives it to Buckley. So that's a backup. Gunderson thought about it, he'll pass it up. Landu, oh, he loses it. Jimmy Ross has it, he's going to push it up, and he's going dribbling all the way, and he's going to make it. Layup for Jimmy Ross.
Jimmy did a great job there of just making another turnover. That's what this whole Linn-Mar squad's been doing so far, just making turnovers and then making plays off of them.
Landu dribbles it, gives it to Buckley, who swings it back to Gunderson. Picked by McDonald. There's a little, it looked like a little grabbing the jersey action on Jimmy Ross. I believe that's his second, but he was coming out anyway. See, someone stayed in for Linn-Mar, I believe. Maybe not.
Yeah, Robertson, he emphasizes on being aggressive while the guys play. And that's exactly what's going to happen when you're a little too aggressive. But that's still good. It's good to be aggressive in a basketball game.
Whole new lineup. I'll give you the lineup in a bit. As Gunderson swings it to Wheeler. Gives it to Landu. Gunderson gets the open two-pointer, and he misses it. And battle for the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. And Linn-Mar ball. As it's Matt Meyer. I'll get Aaron Slaughterdeck. Spelled weird, guys. Gotta trust me on that. Kyle Morrison. Jack Martins, who has the ball right now. Drives, and wow, what a pass. Kyle Morrison open three, misses. Back out by Martins. Matt Meyer to the final person. Davis is the other person in the lineup. Martins to Davis. To Morrison, who gives it to Matt Meyer. Still looking for a shot. Oh, Martins missed a wide open Davis. Dribbles, gives it back to Martins. Morrison, another open three in the corner, and he misses it again. And Matt Meyer has the tip, but it went straight to Marion's Landu. Oh, that looked like a charge, yes. Charging on Landu, who just drove his shoulder into Matt Meyer.
I think the Marion team just needs to remember that football's over, and we can take it a little easy now. I mean, it's okay to be aggressive again. I love it when guys are aggressive playing basketball, but
no need to lower his shoulder.
No need to pretty much tackle him.
Davis to Matt Meyer. Gives it to Slaughterdeck. To Morrison, who was open again. I guess they read a scouting report that Kyle's struggling shooting threes right now because he's gotten too wide open and he's missed the most as there's an on the ground foul on Davis. Oh, my mistake. It's not Davis for Linn-Mar. That's 33 is Davis for Marion. It's Slaughter back for Linn-Mar. As Martins misses an open three-pointer. And it'll be Marion ball, and Kanoy will try to. It looks like Kanoy will take it out. It is Landu, Kanoy, Wheeler, Davis, and McDonald for Marion. Canoy to Wheeler. Picked by McDonald over to Landu, who loses it, but is able to regain it before it goes out of bounds. Gives it to Wheeler. Gives it back to Landu. Gives it back to Wheeler. Gives it back to Landu, who then sends it to Canoy, who throws it out of bounds.
Actually,
my bad. It was
actually, if you saw that, Aaron Slardek was able to get in there and pretty much swat the ball out of the air so that Marion didn't get the ball in that one. It was great defense by Linn-Mar.
Kyle Mortensen with a great effort as he jumped up to knock it away.
That was a good try by Martins there, just to pretty much take control of the game even more, just to jump up there. He used to play wide receiver
Mortensen.
for football, so.
It's Kyle Mortensen.
Excuse me, I was mistaken by the number.
It's all right. I've had a few of those so far as Hundorf makes a layup. No. Yeah, he is. Anyway, we're having a little dispute. We'll have to go look back on it later. There's a timeout by Linn-Mar, 30-second timeout. Well, definitely complete. Alright, well, I guess we're not going to commercial break. We're not getting much help from our.
Do you like this top? So gay. Really? Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, "Oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top"?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
He steals it, gets the ball right back, and now he's going to dribble it out of trouble. He gets it to Landu. Fires the side, no good. There's going to be 5.4 seconds left. So 5.4 seconds for Marion to hopefully get a shot off. Hey, never know. Might get the ball back and Martin's could make another 80-footer.
Yeah, you never know. He's right there. He could definitely do some damage right now.
He throws it up and no good. Mortensen was going to throw it up and then he's just like, maybe not. So that's going to be half. That'll be halftime as Linn-Mar takes the lead in half after a completely dominating performance so far.
Yeah, you can see that Linn-Mar was able to control both sides of the ball all throughout this first half, and they just pretty much knew what was going on. They were more aware than Marion was throughout the entire game. Marion threw quite a few turnovers, and it sort of cost them at times in the game. This is only a scrimmage, though, so it's something that the coaches can see and work on.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to go to a commercial break as we got a fan wandering onto our set. I think that was Cody Bush, who's in his Cub Scout uniform. So we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll get you back here before halftime ends. And we'll hopefully get an interview with Coach Robertson of Linn-Mar.
The 9/11 Memorial will honor my partner and the officers who responded that morning.
It's for my brother.
And my 343 brothers who didn't make it.
It's about hope for the future.
So we always remember September 11th.
For my husband who never came home.
And the first responders who saved my life.
This shows the world that we can rebuild.
That we are united.
And that we are strong.
because the best of humanity can overcome the worst hate.
It's for all the heroes like my dad.
This year, the National September 11th Memorial opens in New York City. Join us to honor, remember, and reunite. You can help right now by texting the word HOPE to 80088 to give $10.
And welcome back as we're at our little halftime mini show, as it was a dominant performance by Linn-Mar.
Obviously, yeah, Linn-Mar's dominating both sides of the ball here. They're just, again, showing the great defense that they've come to show throughout the last 8 years or so. Just under Robertson, they've always gone to the state playoffs and state tournaments with just defense mostly. They've been playing really well with defense and being aggressive and going after the ball.
Yeah, well, I think both of us had questions on who that other guy was going to be. We didn't really have that one more guy. I actually thought it would be a guy like Derek Gogg who had experience, but really he didn't do much in that first half, which surprised me because of the size advantage he had. But he didn't do much. We didn't really do a good job of getting the ball to him. But, so, yeah. But, it was really Andy Henry that I think that really was the biggest contributor of the other starting besides Paige. Paige, as you mostly saw, had that dunk. And so, and he drilled a couple threes and a couple jumpers, as you'll see a fan in your background if we're on camera, of course. But, yeah, it was definitely a very impressive performance by Linn-Mar in that first half.
It's still the start of the season, though. They're just still getting used to what coaches want and what they believe they need to see. And, again, both coaches actually stress this. Both Marion and Linn-Mar coaches stress that their teams are sort of young and they just need to focus on getting those playmakers ready to go and know what they're doing. Other than that, both teams are still looking pretty good.
Yeah, to add on to that, Linn-Mar Marion has 2 seniors. And let me check this for a second, but I believe Marion only has 1. No, 2. Henry and Page. So each one only has, between the 2 teams, they have 4 starting seniors, and between there's 1 sophomore and 6 juniors. So, there's not a lot of veterans on either team. So, 5 total on Marion, the whole team, and only like 3 or 4 on Linn-Mar. So I mean, both teams are very young. They're still trying to figure out who they are as a basketball team. But there's Marion had some bright spots. I think definitely their best players so far, to what I've seen, have been Kale Kanoy and Isaac Fraser, who had most of their points. And obviously, Linn-Mar's best player is Mark Stage.
And it's not just because he's at that caliber, which he is. I mean, there's no doubting that he's at the caliber to play at UNC. But he's also just the guy who's a leader on the court. He's also out there directing traffic, telling people where they need to be, making sure they cover someone, and just he's all over the place.
He has that stuff that you really can't teach. It's you either have it or you don't. So I believe our crew's telling us we're going to commercial. Maybe not. I don't know. But are we going to commercial? No? Yes? I don't know. If we're going to commercial, no?
Just keep it going.
All right, we're going to keep going. If you stop talking, that means we're probably still talking. We just don't know it. That we're off. Anyway, well, we'll get her hopefully pretty soon when Linn-Mar comes back on the court. We'll have an interview with Coach Robertson. And, yeah, and then we'll hopefully get this started and hopefully end the night on a good note.
And our interviewer, for those of you that haven't watched LMTV sports productions yet lately, this is a new guy. His name is Taylor Kirkus, and everyone at Linn-Mar calls him Kirky. So we're going to have Kirky Kirkus. That's a fun name to say. Kirky Kirkus. He's going to play Aaron Andrews today and interview Coach Robertson. So just it's Taylor's first time on camera, so he might be a little nervous, but hey, he'll still have fun with it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's 2 differences between him and Aaron Andrews. One, he's a man, as Linn-Mar takes the court, and 2, he has a beard. So there's some pretty big differences. But I mean, he's gonna be our Aaron Andrews. As more people come into our set,
we're just that popular today.
We're very popular. We're the big dogs on campus. Can we have some info? All right, we're gonna stop here, and we might. I don't know. Welcome back, as we are about to start the second half. And we thank Coach Robertson for giving us some of his time for an interview. And it will definitely be interesting how Linn-Mar decides to play it. If we'll put in how long we'll keep our starters in, basically, is what it comes down to. As I don't know the score yet, but I know it's definitely not close. And starting out for Marion, I believe is the starting lineup. Kale Kanoy, Tyler Gunderson, Brandon Lundu, Jared Hundorp, and Isaac Fraser for Linn-Mar. It is Matt Lassen, Marcus Page, Jimmy Roth, Andy Henry, Derek Gogg. And Marion starts out with the ball, and Tyler Gunderson brings it up, who swings it to Landu, and it's knocked away. Derek Gogg runs it, and he feeds it to Jimmy Roth, and he misses it, tips it. Marcus Page comes down with it, gives it back to Jimmy, and Jimmy makes it.
That was great teamwork all together there. Marcus knew that he could get it over to Jimmy Roth right there and just pop it right in for the score.
Marcus steals it, and what a pass to Derek Gogg. Wow. Unbelievable pass.
Did you see how Marcus knew as soon as he passed that ball over, it was going to go in? That's the confidence that he has with the rest of his teammates. That's amazing.
Yeah. Great court vision by Marcus as Gunderson brings out the courts. Switch it to Kanoy, switch it to Landu, who throws the three. As Marcus takes out the court. Jimmy swings it to Roth, who swings it back to Marcus, who swings it to I don't know who. And that was Andy Henry. No, Matt Lassen makes a two-pointer for Linn-Mar. So that's kind of out of our vision, but Gunderson swings it to Landu, who sweeps it to Frazier, passes it to Landu, who gives it back to Gunderson, has no reset, gives it to Kanoy. Just trying to get anything going on offense for Marion. And Gunderson dribbles it, backs up, looks for something. Marcus Page almost rips it away. Frazier back to Gunderson and blocked by Derek Gogg. And he's going to dribble it, gives it back to Marcus, and now they're going to push. Marcus does a great pass to Matt Lassen and misses it. Page tips it, and Isaac Frazier's taking up the court. And he tries to dunk it. He misses the dunk, but it still goes in. So
he tried marking Page there earlier when Page got that dunk earlier. But I guess Frazier just can't come up with a dunk there. It was a good try, though, altogether.
Yeah. Roth has the ball at the corner. Roth goes up and can't make it. And Andy Henry goes up and taps it back in as Gunderson takes it back up the court. Gunderson gives it to Kanoy, who goes around, gives it back to Frazier. Gives it to Kanoy, who is setting it back up. Gives it to Landu, who gives it to Frazier. Swings it back to Kanoy, who gives it to wide open Gunderson, misses it. Henry gets the ball, gives it to Page, and he's dribbling, looking, and he gives it to Gogg, and he makes it.
That was great teamwork all together again. It just shows you that this Linn-Mar squad is able to pretty much pull off plays easily without truly worrying about where everyone's got to be at on the court.
Page knocks it, and Page, it's all over the place, and Page just throws it up there, and Gunderson comes down with it. And that's Landu. My bad. Landu takes out the court, gives it to Kanoy, who gives it to. No, it's tipped away, and Page brings it up the court. Page goes up, makes it. Too easy. Marcus Page. Gunderson takes it up. He's trying to go ISO on Jimmy Roth. He swings it back out to Landu and misses it. Page brings it up the court, pushes it, and he goes up and can't make it. And Gogg misses an easy layup, and he goes up and he's fouled. That'll be 2 free throws for Derek Gogg. There's great rebounding by Linn-Mar. Misses one, gets a rebound by Derek Gogg. He misses one, gets his own rebound, and then he goes up and he's fouled.
You can see that Derek Gogg, with his 6'8" frame, he's able to just pretty much get above everyone else and just go after those balls even more. Get after those rebounds all the time.
And
that's helpful.
Gogg, yeah. I would like to be 6'8". Unfortunately, I'm barely 5 foot. As Gogg is off front iron on his first free throw. He makes the second. One concern so far in this game is Linn-Mar is 2 for 6 from the free throw line. That's only 33%. Not very good. And Gunderson is going to set it up. Gives it to Buckley. And Marcus Page steals it. Uh-oh. Oh, it's not going to count, but he just pounded one down. They're going to get a foul on Page. Wow. Either way, he's put on a show for us.
He has put on a show, but just one tiny little mistake just negates all that work that he just put into that dunk right there.
Marcus is going like, what? Come on. Really? That looked like pity on Marion right there. I think Marcus wants to go do a couple dunk faces right now. Gunderson sets it up, feeds it to McDonald, gives it to Buckley, gives it to Hundorf. Just trying to get the ball inside the three-point line. He swings it to Buckley, gives it to Landu, who will set it back up, and timeout Marion.
Well, I can tell you right now that both teams here are still playing pretty well. Marion has obviously had maybe one or two slip-ups, but it still looks good. And Linn-Mar, we've had one or two slip-ups also, but they're both still early in the season. Like we said before, they're still doing just fine. It's looking good.
I believe we're going to go to a commercial break and be right back. Welcome back. As we're about to start up right out here. Okay. As Marcus Page has got a windmill dunk robbed from him by an official.
What?
I said Marcus Page just had a windmill dunk robbed from him by an official. As Kanoy dribbles it, sets it all up, feeds it to Landu, who swings it to Hundorf. Gives it to Buckley, and Buckley has to reset it up. Gives it to McDonald. Gives it to Kanoy. Kanoy shoots. There's a whistle. And it was a foul on Buckley. It looked like an illegal screen. As Tyler Richardson takes out the court, feeds it to Nate Dick. Nate Dick drives, and he feeds it to Martins. Jacob Hutchins goes up, and he's fouled. He'll get 2 free throws, try to up that Linn-Mar free throw average.
We'll see how well they do here. Jake Hutchins, he's also one of those dual sport players here at Linn-Mar. He played as a tight end for the football team as well.
First one off the back iron. Make that 2 for 7. And off the back iron again. Oh, almost got an offensive rebound. That 2 for 8 for Linn-Mar at the free throw line, and that is off of Buckley, who tried to act like he didn't touch it, but he was clearly the last one to touch that one. That'll be Linn-Mar ball. Big story so far, I think. Well, besides that, Linn-Mar is just completely dominated. I mean, a concern for Linn-Mar right now would be that they're only shooting 25% from the free throw line. So that's not very good. Jacob Hutchins at the top looking for some of the passing. He gives it to Nate Dick, who beats it to Martins, who made that improbable three-quarter shot. Feeds it to Richardson, who feeds it to Dick, who feeds it to, charge on Hutchins. Looks like he threw an elbow and caught someone in the chest. It'll be Marion ball. And Kanoy will take it up the court with Richardson guarding him. And he feeds it to Wheeler, who dribbles around, gives it to Davis, who then gives it to Frazier, who gives it back to Wheeler, who gives it to McDonald, who gives it to Davis, and he drains a two-pointer, long two-pointer, as Dick pushes it, but then sends it back to Richardson, and Martins for three, drains it. There's an actual shot for Martins. I'm not counting that first one, that was a prayer. And Wheeler sets it up, feeds it to Davis, who then gives it to Frazier. Frazier goes up, and he makes it. Definitely their best, in my opinion, their best player so far is Frazier. And Nate Dick will set it up, and he throws it across the court over to Martins. And Richardson will set it back up. And I'm not sure, that was Martins who gives it to Nelson, who gives it right back to Marion. Skanoy will bring it up the court and feed it to McDonald. I'll look for some pass to, and he'll give it to Wheeler. We'll set it back up. 6 seconds left. Wheeler goes up for a layup. No, it's knocked away, and that ball is out of bounds, and it is Marion ball. With 1.7 seconds left, so they'll have about enough time for maybe one or two dribbles, and then they'll have to go up some. So they're going to pull out their best inbounds play right now. He throws it over to Frazier, and he gets it up. Buzzer beater for Frazier. Not as dramatic as the first one of today, but that'll be a couple, 4 unanswered in the quarter for Marion. We'll probably go to a commercial break here, unless you want to say something.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it just shows you that this quarter actually looked like it was the biggest defensive quarter all game so far. And it just shows you that they're definitely working on their defense, especially during this game, making sure they got it down so they don't have to worry about it throughout the rest of the season. It's been great work by both teams.
Yep, and we're going to go to a commercial break.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Welcome back as we'll start the fourth quarter. Linn-Mar is leading. Listen to this one, folks. 53-14. Wow.
Now, folks, these are unofficial scores. This actually is just a scrimmage, and it's not going to count towards anything at all. So don't worry, Marion fans, if you're listening to this. Don't worry, Linn-Mar fans, if you're listening to this. It's just a scrimmage. We're just seeing what coaches still need to have work on with their teams.
As Linn-Mar has the ball, Martins dribbles. Feeds it to Wick, who misses the three-pointer. As Gunderson brings up the court, and he's fouled. First one is up, and it's good. And he makes it now, make it 53-16 Linn-Mar. Way to cut the deficit. Something to build on. As Richardson, no, my mistake, with and he throws it up, and he makes it. Hackett dribbles it, gives it to Frazier, who then gives it back to Davis, who feeds it into Hundorf, and he makes it. For the first time this game, Marion has the